What's going on, everybody? It is your Atlanta home guide, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys one of the funnest, best things that you can do when you're coming to Atlanta, and that is going to be hiking on Stone Mountain, guys. I've hiked before, but it was actually my first time hiking up this mountain, and man, this mountain is no joke. It's nothing to be taken for a joke. This mountain, it's a lot of fun. I definitely will say that. I broke a good sweat, and all in all, that's my girlfriend right there, and that's her mom right there. We're just having a great time out there hiking. But guys, it was such a great day. Like, there's so many different things that you can do in the city of Atlanta, but I definitely got to say, hiking on Stone Mountain, that is one of the free activities that you can do. They do have like a all-year membership. I think it's like $40 or $50, and you can come to the mountain like unlimited times for the whole year. But I think other than that, I think you get like one or two like free times, and then anytime after that, you have to pay for it. But it's very good. It's a very good activity. I had my backpack on. I had my little sun hat on. I had a whole bunch of water with me. Yeah, it was a great activity. Like, as you can see, you got people bringing their families and children, just having a great time and all. One of the things I will say that they don't allow, and you'll probably see this in a second, for all my pet lovers out there, because I have a dog. I actually have a German Shepherd, but for all my pet lovers out there, they do say you're not allowed to bring pets up the mountain. However, I did see somebody bring their pet and nobody stopped them. Nobody said anything about it. So I guess it's more one of those things where you just probably got to be careful if you do bring a pet, because with this terrain, you know, your pet could get hurt. And I'm not gonna lie, we get further into the video, you guys are gonna see that the terrain, like the further you get up the trail, the more steeper it gets and the more difficult it becomes to climb. Like, it really does put like a toll on your calf muscles, because man, I work out and I like to think of myself as a pretty fit guy, but when you're going up this mountain, this is gonna test your fitness. Oh, there we go, right here. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. So it says no dogs, no pets allowed off the trail, and then on the sign to the left, that was pretty much like an emergency call, like an emergency phone. So just in case, you know, something happens, your phone dies, there's an emergency, you can dial that phone and it dials you straight to 911. So the park rangers will come out there, security, police, medics, they'll come up there and everything. But I want to point out something though. So as you see us walking up this mountain, just take a look at the beautiful nature, and it was around 90 degrees, 89, 90 degrees, and we actually did this on Saturday. So it was Saturday, it was July the 15th, and man, it was so hot, man. It was so hot. That's why it's important. That's why I have my hat on. So if you guys are gonna go on this trail, I highly recommend that you bring your hats, bring your waters, bring your gear, because you do not want to be dehydrated on this mountain. Because if you're doing what I did, which is walking up the mountain, not taking like the carousel to go up, you're actually like on foot, boots on the ground, walking up and down the mountain. Once you get to the top, the only way back down is you have to walk back down. Now, I will say this. Going back down was definitely more easier than going up, because like I said, the higher you go up, the more steep this mountain gets, the more crevices you have to slip through, and the more things you have to be aware of, because if you're not careful, you could get injured on this mountain. That's why every time I was making sure, like, here we go, look at all the gaps in between the rocks. Like, I had to slow down right here because it's starting to get a little bit the terrain's starting to change a little bit more. And yeah, so this is definitely one of the things I would recommend that you guys go ahead and do if you are looking for fun things to do in Atlanta. And even if you already live out here, like, this isn't just for people who are visiting, traveling, this is for everybody. So if you haven't experienced Stone Mountain and you already live in Atlanta, Georgia, that's definitely something you have to experience. And I will say, for me, it is kind of like a far drive. I definitely say it's definitely about 45 minutes to an hour from the city of Atlanta. It's out there in Stone Mountain, Georgia. So it does take a kind of a drive if you are in, just, you know, depending on where you're located at. But I definitely will say, as we get to the top, you guys are going to see like the amazing views that I captured and everything. It is definitely worth the drive, and it's really worth the journey. And here we go, as we get steeper in there, you can see there's more trees, more wildlife. And I'm surprisingly or not, guys, you can laugh all you want. This was my first time hiking, and I actually kind of thought there might have been mountain lions or snakes or stuff like that. Well, this mountain is actually, you know, remote. So there's no like mountain lions, there's really no snakes, there's really none of that stuff out there. If you do run into one, I highly doubt that you'll run into any of this, especially a mountain lion. I highly doubt that. If you were to run into a snake up there, just like I said, just most like the trail that we're walking, this is really like it's pretty protected. The only wildlife that I seen out there was like some birds. And just we do be aware. I definitely would recommend, we're on the topic of like animals and insects and stuff like that, bring bug repellent. There are a lot of bugs out there. There are some gnats, there are flies, there are bumblebees, and they will come for you because, you know, when you get sweaty and you start to build up and everything, and mosquitoes are up here too. I definitely recommend, I highly recommend, wear some bug spray. You do not want to deal with the blisters from those mosquitoes that in this scorching Georgia heat. Yeah, I had to turn the camera real quick. I just wanted to show me hiking up the mountain. But at this moment, we're about like 5 to 6 minutes in on the hiking journey. So at this point, my breathing, I'm still keeping track of my breathing, because the little thing about me, I used to run track in high school. So they taught you how to run, they taught you how to walk, they taught you the proper like breathing techniques when you're doing these things, because you don't want to gas yourself out, especially in a mountain like this. They do have, like, for example, you do get tired, you can sit down. Like, they have like certain like rest areas with benches. You can sit down on a rock under nice shade, and you can just sit there, and then when you got your energy back up, you can just keep on walking. But one thing I will say though, you definitely, there he is. See, so this is where we're at, and that's how much further we have to go. So that was about 1.5, 2 miles we had to go. So at this point, I think we probably completed already like a half, maybe like three-fourths of a mile at this point. We're almost at our first mile. So after that, we got like 1.5, 2 more miles left up there to go. I think the whole trail, when I looked it up online, was like 3 miles. It was different sources. One of those sources said 1 mile, 2 miles. I'm gonna just say 3 miles because it definitely felt like 3 miles. And I used to, like I said, I used to run track in high school, so I know what a mile and 2 mile feels like when you're actually walking this. Now 3 miles is too long. I'll give it like 2 miles. 1.5, 2 miles is definitely safe for what it is. Oh yeah, guys, this is one of the amazing views that I caught. So this is pretty much, we're not at the halfway point yet, we're almost at the halfway point. That was one of the great views I caught, and I stopped it right there because my phone was starting to overheat, so I let it cool off a little bit. So now here we go. Now we're in like more. So now we're finally at the halfway point. So as you can kind of tell, because once you start getting to more trees and everything, like getting through more trees, you know you're at the halfway point. Because once you get to the top of the mountain, there's no trees. It's just pure mountain and just pure rocks up there. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do right now, I'm actually gonna stop the video. I'm gonna just play some background music, and I just want you guys to watch the video and, you know, just enjoy and just, you know, just experience, just immerse yourself in there. So yeah, hope you guys are enjoying. Alright guys, I want to resume right here because look at this gorgeous view. As you guys can see up there on the left side of the screen, it was just there. That was actually the city of Atlanta. Like, guys, that is amazing. Literally, this mountain, you're at this point, I think we're about a couple hundred, almost to 1,000 feet up in the air now, and you can see that beautiful view. That is something you definitely have to experience with your own eyes because it's such a gorgeous, amazing view. And right here, I had my girlfriend record me hiking up because at this point, we're like 75% to the top, 80% to the top, and this right here, once you hit this point, this is really when it takes a toll on your calves, because the higher you get, it's just the more steeper it gets. So you're gonna see me start kind of going diagonal because it's starting to take a toll on my calves, and walking straight up, oh my goodness, I felt like I was gonna get a cramp. So I just started walking diagonal, started doing a little bit of parkour so I can get up there a little bit better. One thing I do also want to point out is look at that huge bag. So guys, that bag had approximately like 20 pounds on my back. So not only am I just hiking up, you know, just having to go against just the terrain and everything else along with it, I have 20 pounds on my back. What's in my bag? I had like some water, had some extra clothes. I had a whole bunch of just stuff in there that was unnecessary, but I just want to bring it. I'm just extra sometimes, and I made it to the top, and I'm excited, very happy. It's a great feeling, guys. Like the whole time I just couldn't stop smiling. And right here, I kind of had to take the camera because my girlfriend, she was getting very lightheaded from walking up there. And here you go, guys. We are finally at the top of the mountain, and man, just look at that view. It's really amazing. It feels great out there too. Like when we was walking up the mountain, it was extremely hot. But once you get to the top, there's so much wind. Like look how close we are to the clouds. It's like just a little bit higher. I would literally be just neck deep in the clouds. But you can look around. It's just nice, man. You see a bunch of people taking photos, taking videos, families and friends having a great time. It's just really nice energy. There's no negativity up there. And like I told you guys, Southern hospitality, that's one of the pros that are in Atlanta, Georgia, and all around, man. You're just saying hello to people, what's up. It's just a really great feeling. And look, I don't mind me looking like a drill sergeant. I had to tighten my hat because the wind is so heavy up there. Like my hat was starting to come off. Like the wind is extremely heavy up there. And another thing I also want to point out, that building up there. So that building, at first I didn't know what it was, but now that I know, it's kind of like a rest area / snack area. So once you get to the top, you can reward yourself with a nice icy. They got ice cream, they got popcorn, they got chips, they got all type of like good treats and up there that you can have and reward yourself once you get to the top. And also, I don't know if you guys can see on the left side, the little carousel right there hanging. That is the carousel I was telling you guys about. So if you don't feel like walking up the top of the mountain and walking all the way back down, you can take that carousel. And the carousel, I think it's like a couple of bucks or something like that, and it's gonna take you all the way to the top and all the way back down. And here's a rest area. So this actually means like the rest area. Yeah, and man, I'll tell you, I wanted an icy so bad, but I'm kind of in the process of like, I'm not necessarily dieting. I'm more so just trying to like eat better. I'm really trying to like get some real gains in the gym, so I kind of had to like cut back on certain things I was eating. So up in a second here, they got like these little signs right here, like the yellow daisy, a little like history about the daisy, when it blooms and stuff like that. And one thing they don't do in this rest area that they kind of liked was they don't have any chairs up. And the good thing that I like about that, yeah, you kind of have to stand up, but they got chairs outside. But I think the reason why they don't put chairs inside the building is because they don't want people crowded. Because imagine, guys, people were all crowded in there. You wouldn't even have time to get your food. It would be crazy long lines. Like it would just be better going back down. Kind of like how they spread that out. And we were up there. We hung out there, took photos, took a lot of videos for like about an hour. And then after that, we just, all right, let's kind of head back down because it was starting to get like a little late. So we just started heading back down and everything. Now, like I said, going down is a breeze. It is a cruise. Going down this mountain is probably like the most, it's really refreshing. Like you're not really it's not like as much like tolerance on your legs. More so you just gotta make sure you're not tripping. Going down, now I was going up the mountain, I didn't almost fall not once. But going down the mountain, watch your step. Me and my girlfriend really almost fell twice going down the mountain. Me, because like I told you guys, I'm a little extra. I like doing the most. I just kind of like playing around sometimes. And I almost slipped. I was able to catch myself, and so was she. But, yeah. And another thing that I do like about the Stone Mountain and everything is just the fact that it's kind of like it's like ultimate freedom in a way, you know? Like other places that you go to, it's like certain things that you can't do. Like I remember one time when I used to live in Arizona and I was hiking one time with my parents. You couldn't record, you know? You couldn't record. It was one of the rules, no phone. Like you could have your phone, but it was just like no recording allowed. So stuff like that. But this one you can record, you can listen to music, you're really just like in nature, and it feels really good. Like for those of you that don't really get a lot of time, because I know a lot of us, we have like a lot of work, school, a lot of different things we have going on, so you don't really get a lot of time to just get out in nature and feel that sun, and it feels amazing. Definitely recommend this. It's a fairly inexpensive activity. You pay like $40-$50. You got a pass. You can go the entire year. It covers your whole family because they just have one pass, and I was able to go with them. All you got to do is just put that sticker on the back of the car when you're going through like the little gate and everything. They'll see it, they let you in, and that's it. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I really appreciate each and every one of you for the watching the video, and not only watching but the support. So by the way, I am a realtor if I haven't already made that known. So if you guys are interested in moving, buying, relocating, investing in Atlanta, Georgia, please feel free to contact me. My phone number is 470-314-7465, or you can book a call. I'll leave the link to book a call me down in the description. Love you guys. Have a great